Reefer, and the last thing any of us wants to do after a hard day of work is more work. But it's maintenance time for the 210. It's long overdue. It's been over a month. I got algae growing everywhere. One of my favorite taglines is from the random black Reefer. I don't know him. He doesn't know me, but I'll leave a link to him in the description below. But his tagline is, everybody wants a reef tank, nobody wants to do the work. Well, let's do the work. We'll also go through some budget tips and some tricks in my budget maintenance bucket here, and it's got a new scraper, $4 from Lowe's. It's plastic. It's got a couple blades that I'll take out when I put it in the salt water, but to keep them from rusting. But if it lasts, we'll see. Cheap tool. All right, let's get some work done. First thing I always do, especially on the front side here, throw out a towel on the floor. Keep our spills to a minimum. It's going to happen. Then I'm going to clean the glass. Front, back, sides. Give it about 30 minutes for the filtration to suck it out or let it settle down. Then we'll take it from there. I start on the front with my Flipper Max. Clear the algae off the main field of the glass, and then along the bottom with the blade and the edges. I just had to cut in for a moment while I'm doing maintenance on the 210 and the 18 feet of Reefer Madness to take a look at the 75 mixed reef tank here built in at the bar, because it is looking fan-freaking-tastic. All my corals are happy. My new golden hammer down there next to the clam and the star polyps. Everybody just looks really good. Tank is super clean. Thank you, Carlos, from Tampa Bay, Ultimate Aquarium Services of Tampa Bay. All right, we got work to do. Let's do a quick review of what I'm using. I've got my Flipper Max, which I absolutely love. Check out my review of this. I got this as a Christmas present. Lord knows I can't afford it. I'm broke. But I have mastered it to where it flips over to the scraper side, which you use along the bottom and the edges. And then you take it, go 180 degrees. Now I'm on the velvet side for cleaning the algae off. Got my siphon for the water, which I'll attach to a hose. We'll see that later. Scrapers, scrubbies for your dishes. These are great for getting in the little teeth of your overflows. These are good for getting down low. And of course, I talked about my new scraper here. On this side of the glass, over in this corner, I can't get behind it. So I'm going to have to go down the front. I can't use the magnet. And I'm going to give this a try. We'll see how that does today. And I am going to take off my lids and set them down front here. And yes, we're going to clean them with Windex. Be very careful. This has ammonia in it. This will hurt your tank, hurt your corals. I will take them into another room, clean them, let them dry thoroughly before they go back up on the tank. Or I'll close this lid. You don't want this in your tank. Otherwise, if there's a chance it's going to get in your tank, just use some RODI water and a cloth. And that'll work fine too. But this is a little bit of cheating. How we like to do it. Now I'm going down the one side and the back of the glass with the Flipper Max. Then I'll take the scrubby brush from the dollar store, get the teeth on the overflows. I also like to use the scrubby brush on the overflows so it doesn't get scratched, as well as the silicone corners. Then I like to use the long scraper, get down inside the overflows and get that algae scraped up and sucked into the filtration. And now we're going to try my new Lowe's scraper on my difficult corner where I cannot access the outside of the glass. And we'll see how that works. And clean it up with a little bit with the scrubby brush in the corners. And there you go. 4-inch scraper from Lowe's. Definitely worthy of a broke-ass budget to $4.50. This thing works amazing. Do not use it on acrylic. This is a glass tank. This will scratch your acrylic badly. And if you're not careful, it'll scratch your glass too. But man, it works fan-freaking-tastic. It's been a half an hour since I cleaned the glass. It's time to do the sump and drain the water, clean the sand, do our water change. So everything you see here, you notice it's white. That's not paint. It's all rubber. I'm sitting on pond liner. Like, subscribe, follow the journey. It really helps a brother out. You'll see my hose here and my siphon. Little broke ass budget tip. Sometimes this leaks a little bit of air, so Teflon tape around the end. And this goes into my new saltwater mixing station. And if anything floods on the pond liner, it also drains out to the saltwater mixing station and out the main drain. So be sure to go back, see some of the older videos. They're kind of funny. I'm usually half cocked by the time we get there. And you can comment below if that's something you want to see more of. All right, let's get this done. First thing we got to do is unplug our skimmer and unplug our main pump. I tag mine with a little tape and I write on there. That was my main pump. This is my eShop's skimmer, which as you can see is doing a great job. I keep a bucket around. Gonna pour all this nasty fish poop out. Another great thing about the pond liner, just set crap on there. Always keep paper towels around, wipe out all the fish poop. Disgusting. Always keep buckets around, trash bucket. While this is out, I'm going to pull my filters. Oh, this one's getting dirty. I wasn't ready to replace this. Let's see if I have another one. This is a good thing. Another broke-ass budget tip. I get rolls of padding, super cheap off of Amazon, cut them up into the size I need, and then put them in when they're ready. I see one right up on my shelf. Let me grab it. Of course, everything falling. Here we go. I like to put this one down first. It's kind of got a double-sider, that's thicker to the bottom. And then another layer of padding on top. For my bio-ball system, again, this is my 18 feet of Reefer Madness. I got a new sump coming, so check that out. This sump will be connected to my sump on the 90 now, so this will be 700 gallons worth of filtration for 200 gallons of fish tank. And in my experience with the hobby, it just helps. More is better as far as filtration. Okay, I'm going to finish cleaning this, and we're going to drain the sump. One more thing I want to show you real quick, if you can hang on, is when I do drain and do the sand, you'll see I put marks back here. 20 gallons, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 gallons. That mark is my 55-gallon drum brute trash can. It's 48 gallons, and it puts at a salinity of 0.026, which is perfect. And I can set my drain hose with one of my handy little budget clamps that I got from Harbor Freight, and I set the hose depth to the water level I want to take out, and when it reaches that level, it'll break the siphon, and no worries about draining too much water out. I start by creating a siphon, and then I work from the back to the front, giving the hose a little pinch if it sucks up too much sand. To see where the water's going, check out my other videos to see how I've gotten to this point and where I'm going over the next couple decades. I'm trying to get underneath all the rocks that I can and get out all that nasty detritus, and then I set the hose and let it finish the drain. For those of you that stuck around, I've got a few more polishing tips for you. Another broke-ass reefer tip, budget tip. One, microfiber cloths. Super cheap, buy them in 10 packs, under 10 bucks, buck a pop or so. And if you look at the glass at an angle, you will find spots you missed. That and one more. I never paint the back of my tanks. This 90, unfortunately, came with the back already painted. While that's maybe good in some applications, I like to be able to see through the back of my tank, and it's easier to keep the glass clean. And what I do, and this instead of paint, is I take this construction board from Walmart or whatever, super cheap. They're like 10 bucks. I bought 2 of them for this tank. And I've got another one here as backup, right behind my quarantine tank. And I just tape it on with blue tape. Take it on and off as I need it, but it sure is nice to be able to come behind the tank and see what's going on. And for the love of God, don't forget to close your lids. You'll kill your fish. And that's how the broke-ass reefer does it.